So we come into round 4 with expectations maybe a bit lower than we'd like them to be at this point. High winds out of the southeast, firm, moderate default greens, so staying on the 150s. Rounds 2 and 3 have not treated me as kindly as I would like them to have. So yeah, like at this point, I think we're really just trying to do not the worst. You know, we had not a great round 3. We're just trying to do better than that. We're just trying to do better than that. Oh, is this gonna hang out in the rough, or are we gonna get a kick back into the fairway? Oh, we're gonna get a kick back into the fairway. Also, just a casual 365-yard... Casual 365-yard drive. Double or nothing exactly once. Going like right at it. Oh, that felt good. Be good. One hop in. Not quite, but we take those. We take those. If the goal is 5 under, I'll take 1 under on the first. You know, there's something satisfying about exceeding expectations. We're not going to talk about the fact that the expectation is being set very, very low. But exceeding expectations is always a great thing. Right, ears? Set the bar low and then exceed. That is the way to success. Oh, I pulled it. Distance is nice. Alright. Alright. Gonna need a little bit of a chip in here to go back to back on the birdies. We're uphill. I don't know that once you're like on the green, it's super uphill. Ah, no, that's gonna go. Oh, man. It's like, it's so tough with those short chips because you need to get it up over the lip or else it just dies. But it can just do like it did there and just go. And right back we go. Okay, well, you know, we enjoyed the 1 hole high. We enjoyed the 1 hole high while it lasted. Yeah. Good times those were. Good times. Okay, whatever we got going on now, we've got a pull in our swing, which isn't great. Hey, good afternoon, Elder. How we doing, man? Hope all is well with you. Alright, I think we can throw this pitching wedge up into the wind to maybe stop it. See, we're still living just on that left-hand side, which, like, distance again, really, really nice. That low angle is what TV cameras need to start doing. Get a cameraman on the green. Show us the putt from down low. Is that what it is? Alright, I think we need to be putting this. Oh, the low flight on the cameras for the regular shots. Yeah, so you could like actually watch how it, like just how much the shot is like ballooning up. There it is. All right, make a little sandwich. Make a little sandwich. I'm doing well, Elder. I'm doing well. This course is absolutely kicking my butt. First round, we made like a great run. Ever since though, this course has been very, very difficult. Do I prefer this to last year's game button? You just started playing again, you're enjoying it at the moment, but you're useless. There are certain things that I like better. I think it's gonna be hard for me to completely judge 2K21 fairly because it was really my first one. Like, I played a little bit in 2019, but it was my first real dive into it. I definitely spent more time with that game. Jeez, man. Jeez. But yeah, like, I enjoy this, but I definitely... It feels like, for the most part, that they've improved upon things for this game. I just personally don't appreciate how much swing plane matters. Or, like, you know, they nerfed red fast, but then, like, in this game, swing plane, to an extent, becomes, like, red fast. You know, just very, very much so an exploitable thing. Can take a dimension out of a swing. See, that one wants to die. The other ones don't. That one wants to die early. The other ones want to just, like, roll out like crazy. Do you try and pay off your car faster with the occasional double payment, or do you build up a second savings but make one payment a month on your car? Well, you should obviously always be making the monthly payment on your car, right? What do you mean exactly by a second savings? Because obviously it comes down to what expenses you have. But I would say if you know, first step is paying your monthly bills, right? Second is building up, like, your emergency fund. And then it comes down to, you know, do you have housing expenses? Do you have other loans? You know, whatever it is you want to tackle, the one probably with the highest interest rate. Car is done through a different account from your main banking account. So do you add savings to that while paying off your car, or just pay your car off faster? I mean, I guess the question becomes, what would putting more money in that account do versus paying the car? I would personally think putting extra payments towards the car, unless you like absolutely need the money for something else. Because the faster you pay off the car, it's twofold, right? If your loan is structured in a way that you only owe the interest if the principal is still existing, right? Then you're saving that money, and then once you pay it off, you're freed up of that entire monthly payment. Yeah, as Button says, like, car loans are pretty much always going to have, you know, a high enough interest rate on it that it's more beneficial than saving an interest rate there. Chris with the offline follow, and then comes in with a Prime subscription? Chris, thank you very, very much for choosing to use your Prime over here. I hope you enjoy your faces. And thank you for the follow. Invest your savings 90% better. Yeah, and like, it's a financial freedom thing. Right? It's a financial freedom thing. You know, you talk about the investment, you know, of savings versus, you know, oh well, this payment I could invest and have more money down the road. You know, I'm of the mindset of like somewhere in between. Invest a little and pay off. You know, kind of take a meet me in the middle approach. Personally. It's up to you. I like the idea of sooner not having a mortgage or a car payment and having that extra money that I can later invest if I wanted to. Hey, thank you, Chris, and welcome back. So yeah, Doctor, I would say, you know, I'm not a financial advisor, but I do, you know, pay attention to my own finances and stuff. I would say typically the way to go is, for most people, is like you make your emergency fund and then you work towards paying down the debt. Trying to see what other people would do. Yeah, I would put the extra towards it. If it's the extra payment, you know, if you go to the, like, I know that you can do it with mortgages. I assume you can do it with the car loan. When you do, like, the extra, you know, you do a payment every 2 weeks. That shaves, I know on a 30-year mortgage, that's going to shave off, like, 6 years. You know, obviously on a smaller scale, you're going to shave off some time with your car loan. If you have more savings than that, great. Yeah, you can throw all of that at it if you wanted to. I hit that so slow! Oh, I knew it too! Gosh darn it, Colby. You gotta swing. You gotta swing on the chips. They're not the same tempo as your other shots. Oh, that's so bad. It's so bad. And I mean, like, I'm gonna go on a limb and say there's, like, right to left like this. It's probably gonna hang out because that's just how this goes, but just a little bit too firm. Ah, bonehead. Bonehead, bonehead, bonehead. Just play slots. Win big, pay off your car. There you go. I will classify that as some advice. I will classify that as some advice. And just make sure that the broker is not my bot. Then you might be good. Throw all your savings at it for a down payment? So you need to build up a savings. Yeah, so like, they talk about an emergency fund being 6 months of your expenses, right? 6 months that you would need to live if you lost your job, right? That's pretty well what you're looking at for a baseline. But once you have that, then throw the extra money at your car if that's all you have. You know, and then if you're trying to save up for something else, then you know, you can reallocate. Can I just say that how much these putts stress me out? I mean, seriously, can I just say how much these putts stress me out? And that's why. That right there is why. 6 months off of your work salary. Yeah, that's true. The 6 month... You could probably get away with just like a grand or two. The 6 months is, yeah, if you... That's a good point. 6 months is more so if you have housing payments and food and like there's way more dependency. But yeah, just having a small fund of, you know, $1,000, $2,000 is probably a real safe starting point if that's your only concern. And then from there you can, you know, throw that money, because as you throw that, you're gonna save money on the loan long term, and then you're going to, once you pay it off, you're going to get that monthly payment back, right? So I don't know, and I don't need to know the details of it, but say you have a $350 a month car payment, you know, long term you're paying more because of the interest, but all of a sudden then you got $350 a month back in your pocket if you pay it down. This 9-iron is short, but I don't want to go up to the 8. But I think I might have to go up to the 8. Because the 9... 7... Your car is $350 a month! Hey, I know some things. I was just ballparking because I remember when I bought my car. I didn't buy anything crazy. I got a Honda Civic, but I remember it being something like $360 a month. If you do like the 4-year and your car is somewhere in the like 15 to, I mean, after taxes and everything, around 20 grand. Pay 400 on it though? Isn't a fee for pay extra? Yeah, so like put the extra, and then, you know, if you get a bonus at work or a raise, and you can, you know, you save up what you want to, and then every once in a while you build up a little bit extra, and then you put some more down on it. Next thing you know, you don't know anything on the... Good joke! Well, Ha 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 ha! We all laughed. We all laughed at it, right? Good times, good times. Okay. That was not fun. That was not fun. Alright, so maybe we'll restructure it, Doctor. If you get a new job that pays more. right? We can dream big. Get a new job that pays more, then you can put more money. So close. That would have been too much though, right? Like to birdie that after that approach shot. Okay. What can we do for this? Because we're gonna be short 7 yards. But I think there's enough firmness. Maybe just a little bit. Ah, not as slow as I thought. I guess the one thing that would have been worthwhile to look at was, where does the green start? That would have been useful. I just kind of said, oh yeah, I'll play wherever. Gosh darn it. What's going on, Dan? You had no idea that people could be this cracked at the game until you found this stream? You know, the crazy part is there are people that are still way better than me. And a lot of them come through here from time to time, but yeah, we spent some time with the game. I need your $5 a month. I'm gonna say that is a largely false statement. Don't like that swing plane. You're not that much better, go. Yeah. Notice in one of my VODs that I was playing, pulling my shots back like 98%. Yeah, so I pull it back. It does two things. The first thing pulling the shot does is it actually slows my backswing down just a little bit. So I'm not a fan. Oh, this is that hole. Okay, we're gonna play it smart. 3-wood instead of driver, because driver keeps going into the right. Keeps going into the right rough. I don't know if this is the right play, but I'm not even in the freaking fairway. All right, well, screw you too, game. Slows the backswing down. So I like that. It helps me to hit 100, 101% more than I end up going to like 102, 103 if I don't do it. I also just like that cadence. Feel like the swing is real. Like if I leave it at full, it's really fast, but if I bring it back just a little bit, it's a little bit closer to what I feel like 2K21 timing was. So that's first thing. Second thing is it can be a blessing and a curse. It moves your tempo just a little bit, so the more that you partial a shot, the slower your tempo becomes because it's a slower swing. Make sense? So by moving it ever so slightly, you know, my natural perfect swing tends to be a little bit slower, and it also kind of gives you 2 polling points, so like you can potentially hit on the sides of the white instead of dead center. We're probably gonna end up in the freaking sand here, but I don't have much choice. Really? We're gonna carry that far, huh? I guess it just cuts through the wind that much more. Ah, yes, my favorite kind of putt. So that's pretty much, that's the main reason why I do that. The polling point is a secondary benefit of it, but for me, it just helps me find my tempo. I like having my swing be a little bit slower than what the default is. I don't really trust the green here. I don't know if that's anything I can make any clearer. It's like way downhill, and I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah, it just snaps left. Yikes. Big yikes. Alright, good save. Good save. Alright, we need... What is it? We set our goal at 5 under, a whopping 5 under. We need 2 under to achieve that. So that's the goal as it stands. You're trying it the other night and it felt great. Yeah, like I just think that the natural like full swing in this game, for full swings. I mean, obviously the tempo is slower when you get down to like pitches and things of that nature, but I just find that the default is way too fast for my liking. We're gonna try the pitching wedge pitch here. We're definitely losing distance, so I think the pitch should roll a little. Am I making a big mistake? Because it's an uphill shot as well. I got 101 to the back. Are you shot shaping much? Oh, I love shot shaping. I shot shape all the time. A little bit more spin on that, but it's so hard. It's so hard on that to not have that sort of spin because we're into a headwind with a lofty club, so it's hard to place it enough behind the hole and have it come back. Cruised through some videos and felt fantastic on the course. Love watching the analysis. Yeah, that's how I approach it. I putt by feel, which is kind of ironic, and putting's the worst part of my game, so I guess maybe not that ironic. But yeah, I'm a very analytic person when it comes to getting from tee to green. Yeah, working out how the elevation and the wind and everything is going to affect it. Try and, you know, narrow in my proximity to the hole, because that's the only way that I'm scoring, is if I'm dang close to the hole. Hiva, I don't know what Hiva's going on about with that. I am, like, mathematically the worst putter on tour. Like, on Platinum Tour. I'm better on True Sim, because I think most people just get way worse on True Sim. And I'm not that much worse on True Sim in comparison to my normal. I think my hybrid is too short. I think my hybrid is too short. Like, we're gonna lose 5 yards. That's 253. This is... I don't know, man. We'll see what this does. I'm not really loving... Slowed it. Drifting just a little bit too far back out to the right-hand side. I mean, like, not bad distance. It's just... hanging a little too far out. All right, so the big thing here is I have to I don't know how many times I can emphasize have to hit tempo. There has to be some form of urgency on the downswing because these chips end up so slow otherwise. These chips just end up so freaking slow if I'm lackadaisical with it. I feel like some people are very consistent with chips in this game. That's like the biggest thing from last game to this. Having chips or tip it beats me, man. I need them myself. Chips in the last game were so easy, and then chips in this game are so hard for me because the tempo is already off, and then you're doing so many partials. But I get lost in transition, and like, I don't mean physically the in-game stat transition, but there's something with the pace of the backswing, and then when I go to swing it, I come down so slow. It like feels like I'm like slowly pulling it back, and then I slow it. I'm so short. So like, I would say the biggest thing, Chris, is I try and play my chips somewhat fast. The longer the chip, the less fast, but you gotta, you kind of try and factor in the yardage adjustments and everything that come with that. But it is definitely not the simplest thing. This is gonna go long, but I'm gonna try and maybe spin it back if I can. What I don't trust is the pitch getting there. Play to your you're almost forced to. That's how hard it is to play for a perfect on like short chips. Hold it a little bit. I know it's got big tailwind. I'm just hoping it can find some bite. All right, yeah, I kind of figured that might be the case. Unfortunately, we're right here at a ridge, which means we were like so close to getting this thing to actually spin back all the way to the hole. Right to left break. Big tendency for me is always these snapping right away. All right, find a little momentum. Find a little momentum, why don't you? 259 yards with a tailwind, meaning we should be able to take this. This 3 hybrid is actually more than likely going to be too much club. If we hang it out to the right, doubtful it's gonna come back all the way. So let's do something like this. Drew it just a little too much and a little bit of pull and everything. Alright. These long par 3s, man. Long par 3s are always very, very difficult for me. Alright. Should come out pretty far to the left and then I think work its way back to the right a little. That's beautiful touch. I'm pretty much always gonna be okay with a, freaking par on these long par threes. It's like such a heavy ask to be able to birdie a hole that's a 250-yard approach. Because think about it. Most times when you've got a shot of that length, it's like the second shot into a par 5. And most times you're not making eagle there, but you're two-putting for birdie. So to get the same exact situation, but your two-putt is now for par, I think that's a very reasonable... I think that's a very reasonable thing to just be content with. And like, I'm okay with this being a little bit long. I don't want to flirt with it. Just with it being up at the front of the green. Not a lot of green to work with. Hold it a little bit. Still a lot of wind. Yeah, that's why I didn't want to flirt with anything with like loft, because I thought worst case we're long. Best case we're maybe gonna come up a little bit short. Oh, man. Just didn't break as much. I mean, these greens, they're just... Where these hole locations are is incredibly difficult. We pretty much play twice a week, Button. Back on 2K21, we were playing pretty well 3-4 days a week, at least. At the start of this game, we were playing like 4 days a week. But ever since we've had the baby, I stream way less. Come on, you gotta clear. No! Oh man, I thought maybe, just maybe, we could squeeze like that extra little bit that was necessary. It's out of the light rough. It's short, should roll. See, then I... Of course, there it checks up, because why wouldn't it? Blame all the problems on my kid. Yeah, it's the easiest thing to do. So Button, for me, it's more so, yeah, I've been using the exact same distances for a while, so it's just repetition with the shot shaping. The easiest way to go about it is to like map it all out, kind of jot all of your yardages down, and then just get a feel for how those, you know, how your clubs play, and get a feel for like how fast the loft and D-loft takes off for adds yardage. You'll never learn chipping tempo in this game. Yeah, it's pretty tough. Chipping and putting, like the real... I mean, my flop game has gotten worse too, so pretty much the closer to the green I have to hit the ball, the worse I get. Which is currently my worst, which is currently like the complete opposite of IRL. IRL, I can't hit the broadside of a barn most times with my longer clubs, but as I get closer, I've gotten a lot better. Why does that snap right? Like, I have a hard time understanding, like, you have earlier holes where it looks like it's, oh, maybe this will break, and then it takes way longer to start the break, and then you get ones like that where it just snaps to the side, and it's like, I know nothing, Jon Snow. No, absolutely nothing. We've got a lot of wind. I think I'm just gonna go for the gusto here. The fast pull, we're gonna end up on the left side. And say I went for, when I say go for the gusto, I mean I'm talking just put the full workings on that shot for distance. Unfortunately, we're just not gonna get away with it here. And we're also in between. Yeah, this is gonna go great. So yeah, I think we're just gonna do something like that and hope for the best. That's actually really not bad. Good chip tempo is accidental. Yeah, and the thing is, like, you only, because of the inconsistency of it, you're only really trying for good chip tempo on, like, longer chips. On any of the shorter chips, if you get good chip tempo, then you're probably gonna miss on the right-hand side if you're a right-handed golfer. I hit that short. And that just, like, what, doesn't break, I guess. Alright, how did we do? 6 under. We beat our expectation and actually tied for the second best round on PlayStation. So, despite all odds, our low expectations actually were higher than we thought. Higher than we thought. So we'll take it. Very, very difficult week. I mean, incredibly difficult week. Didn't get to 30. Really wish we could have played more rounds like the first, but Scioto Country Club is quite the challenge.